Ah. I might have found the witch. There's another person here. I was just walking. I picked the back road instead of the main road to Aldrune, and there is someone with like a. Well, doesn't that look like a witch? I mean, honestly, black clothes, obviously a woman. So I'm going to assume that this might be the witch we're looking for. So let's just be careful. And first, let's ask a question. Hello there, stranger. I see you've already met my good friend Hormar. So apparently you are a healer. I would like to ask you about this Cloud Cleaver. I don't think he's ready to get it back quite yet. I can still see the rage burning in those tiny Nord eyes of his. However, if he meets me in 3 ways at the Mages Guild Hall in Caldera, I will return everything I have of his. Not a minute sooner. Okay. Did you, by the way, paralyze another person? I should probably ask this as well, because there's another Nord up north that is also quite paralyzed. There's an offer. I will not be waiting another 3 days to have me bloody axe when it is in the hands of the damned witch. Are you going to help me, friend, or are you believing the lies spilling out of that witch's face? You know, technically she did steal from him, so you know, I will side with you. I don't think stealing stuff is the right way to go about doing things, even though I do steal myself sometimes, so... You know, I can be a hypocrite, but I do have my morals. I'll side with you, my great Nord friend.
You'll be dead soon. Here it comes.
So we're going to just make sure that this person is as dead as possible. Also, I feel like I could also pull off a nice trick here. He failed at casting the spell. Apparently I cannot really pull that off too easily. So let's just keep hitting him with a regular old blade before my friend dies here. There we go. Everything good. Sadly, my paralysis doesn't really work because I only have 30% chance of hitting. Well, actually, 30% chance of actually pulling that off. So I still need to improve my... is that... what is that actually? That's illusion. Yeah, I'm not surprised because my illusion magic is not particularly great. It's like 10. Okay. So... a steel staff of chastening, damage attribute personality, damage attribute luck. I'm going to get that from you before someone else takes it. It's also worth very little actually. Here's Cloud Cleaver. And some potions of cure nonsense. Common robes, common shoes. Yeah, sure. Here is your axe. I noticed you admiring the way I fought that old witch, even though without the aid of a sharp blade. Even without aid of a sharp blade, I don't have any money or treasure to thank you for your help, but I can give you a few pointers that will help you become a stronger fighter. So my strength has been increased by 2, which I think is... Are you going to keep following me? Yeah, no. So that increased my strength by 2, which is actually worth it, because that's almost like a level up. So that means my attacks are now... Actually, that means I can carry more stuff. So it's very good. So now let's head to Aldrune. Let's get some cure paralysis potion for our friend here. That is somewhere along this road, I think, maybe? And because we keep piling up these things. So now we need to find... We need to travel... Well, this is getting really tough to remember now. So that's that way to Alderun. So now I need to deliver... I need to deliver shirts. I need to get a cure paralysis potion for a Nord that is really... like a Nord barbarian that is really, really angry. I need to... At least we took care of the witch, so that is no longer an issue. But we still need to also bring this merchant to Narmok. And we will get some boots out of that. So yeah, let's travel all the way to Alderun, and I will get a cure paralysis potion from the Mage's Guild there. I'm going to take that back to the Barbarian, and once I'm done with that, I'm also going to, while I do that, I'm also going to deliver the... I'm definitely going to deliver the clothes as well, but when I'm done with all of the business in Alderun, and I've returned back to the Nord with the anti-paralysis potion, and this is indeed the person here. Once that's all done, I will take the merchant to Narmok and get the boots of blinding speed or whatever. So you just sit tight, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Sit tight is actually... that's probably not even funny to him. Sit tight. The person cannot even sit. Not to mention, he cannot really do anything but.
I have the upper hand.
Oh. Apparently our merchant has decided to run off. I feel like the reason she moves so fast is because of the boots of blinding speed. Yeah, let's just stick to the roads. This, I think this should still go exactly where we want to go. And it's better that the Nyx Hound hits me than the merchant, because our task is to protect the merchant. Anyway, I'll go to Alderun, and once I get the paralysis potion and I have delivered the clothes, which happens after this rat is dead, I will be back. So yeah, I'm going to cut here and see you when all of the business in Alderun is done.
What outlander?
So I just made the delivery of the shirts because I noticed that without having completed that, I was still carrying the mark of Zilthar or whatever, and that meant that the potion maker here didn't want to barter with me. So now I can, but previously I couldn't because I was still carrying the mark, so I had to actually make that delivery before I could even like barter with this person. It's interesting, but it was a fairly simple quest. What I got out of that was the Belt of Iron Will, which honestly isn't exactly worth it. It's 45 attribute willpower. I rarely use 45 attribute. I could in some situations use something like this, but I just generally don't care. Anyway, what I'm looking for is Potion of Cure Paralyzation, and that is something I indeed want, and apparently it's really cheap, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to go and look for... Well, first I'm actually going to sleep here because it's actually nighttime already. I think there should be like quarters here somewhere where I can just take out... Oh, right, now I remember. because this is old rune, there are actually rooms like this here that I can just enjoy a bit of sleep in. 12 hours is good, and that should also get me a level up. So what do I want? Well, strength is obvious. Getting more strength helps carry stuff. It also means I do more damage. Because I cannot actually increase my... Well, actually I can increase my willpower, my intelligence, but only by a little. I'm going to do that anyway, because I need more intelligence. Do I need anything more? Maybe personality. Speed is always good. Yeah, I'm going to pick strength anyway, because always helps. And can you move? Oh, come in then. I'm going to do a weird loop-de-loop around you because you seem to be blocking my path. So let's go and help out the fellow Nord, and after that we're going to head out to Narmok. So I will see you. Yeah, I don't care about you. I will care about you later. But yeah, for now, I'm going to head back over here somewhere where the Nord was, and after that I'm going to continue towards Narmok. So I will see what happens with the Nord, and I will probably show that to you, as well as the potential loot that I will get from that. But yeah, see you guys then. Here is our Nord. So let's go help this guy out. I have a potion that should now fix his problem.
You like to dance close to the fire, don't you?
Just in case something goes wrong, I'm actually going to save here, because this guy was boiling with rage. So I'm just hoping, really hoping, that he doesn't decide to suddenly take it out on me for some stupid reason. So here's a potion of cure common. Actually, is that common disease? That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for cure paralysis, but let's see if that does it. Apparently you're free. And you call me a friend. Take this, my family's helm, Icap. It was worn by many, by my father and his father and by his father before him. It will protect you from the coldest of nights. Wear it with honor. Now I must go kill that witch. I shall plant her head on a stake for all to see. So I got the Icap, and I only lost a cure common disease for that. So what does this do then? It's light. It resists frost. Is mine? My current one is actually medium armor. So this doesn't exactly do much for me. It's also, it has a fairly low condition rating. And it doesn't actually... Yeah, armor rating 1. 65 gold. Well, I'll keep it, but it's not exactly what I wanted. Because it doesn't really stand a chance against anything. Also, I remember there being... there was a dungeon around here somewhere. And while it might be a bad idea to do that now that I have someone to escort, I'm going to have to check this out anyway, because it's a dungeon. We kind of want to check out these places. And, I mean, it might be an easy one. If it's an ancestral tomb, we might be able to pull it off without losing this person that we're escorting. If the person dies, then it's not really a big deal. I will try to avoid it though. Yeah, this is an ancestral tomb. It's Leran, an ancestral tomb to be precise. So I will be saving, and then we will enter. Oh, hello there. So you try to stay alive and don't sprint in front of me, even though you have the enchanted boots that do give you a lot of speed. Let's try and keep this... Oh no! Okay, what the hell are you? What the hell are these people, and what are these debuffs that I'm getting? Okay, you deal with them. Meanwhile, I'm going to switch over to Firebite and sort out my health, because my health is getting really low. Do I have any? I don't have any debuffs, so it's just a matter of healing myself back up. Where is my healing? Standard restore health potion. These guys seem fairly tough though. Can I? Oh, they killed the person I was escorting. Yeah, these people seem quite tough. I'm going to see if I can take them on, but I feel like I might not actually be up to this task. Ah, damn it. Out, 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 out. Okay, enemy is nearby. Right. Okay. I will probably try this again. Maybe utilize my scrolls to more, to better extent. But I'm going to see if I can actually, yeah, let's reload. Let's just reload this, because I have a couple of scrolls here that might be able to help me. For example, I have the Summon Golden Saints. 2 of these. So if I play my cards, or rather my scrolls, right? Are you going to stay here? Well, apparently she is not following me, which might not actually be the worst thing ever. This is a little bit disconcerting. Also, there's totally a storm. If you want to stay outside, you're free to do so. I will check inside, though. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon my Golden Saint. Attack, Golden Saint. I said attack. Damn it. I don't want to waste a single second of this. And also, I want to make sure... Yeah, that person is no longer following me. I might be able to just hack her to follow me, but I feel like this might be a bug. Bug in OpenMW. Yep. She isn't really not following me anymore. Well, at least this means that you will be safe. I'm going to have to look into that once I have completed this particular ancestral tomb. Hello everyone. Take them, my ancestral my golden saint. I would like to know what the hell these are, at least. Are these like zombies? Because they sound a little bit like zombies. Okay, my Golden Saint seems to be doing the job. Okay. Thanks for everything, Golden Saint. We actually managed to win this day. Thanks to everything. Vampire... Right, these are vampires. Did I catch vampirism? No, that's just a good... Okay. Well, that explains why everything was so tough. These are actually vampires. These are regular old vampires. Not that it's really all that regular. I mean, vampires are actually fairly rare. I don't remember having ever run into these. But these do carry vampire dust, which is ridiculously valuable. 500 a pop. And a steel longbow, I don't think that's really something I care about too much. Bone mold greaves, I already have those. Okay, yeah, that went pretty well. Dungeon save. Let's hope that that was all of the enemies nearby, so that's probably not all. I'm going to pop one of these. It seems that my Golden Saint is able to take care of this stuff though, so I will keep summoning more if it becomes necessary. So this is an ancestral tomb that has been... oh, exclusive lightning shield. Has been overrun by vampires for some reason. I don't know what the vampires are looking for in here, but they are here, so that is about as much as we need to know. It's also really dark in here. I did get Night Eye though. I still don't... this is illusion magic. Well, I cannot really use that because I have to use my... I might have to use my magicka for something else. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the torches. Okay, so standard potion of frost shield, rave dust, and a cloth sack with stuff, just generic stuff. There's a book called Trap. I feel like that might be a trap. So dungeon save. Sneak skill has increased. That's very good because my sneak skill sucks. Trap by Anonymous. You can read this if you want. I don't really care that much, but it's apparently it is a storybook because it has a story in it. It's fiction, it seems. I'm going to take it. I might be able to sell that to someone. And I will re-equip my Summon Golden Saint, because my Golden Saint seems to really pull the whole vampire killing business off really well. Also, I do want my Bone Mold shield back because I have a feeling that tonight might not be a good night if there are indeed vampires. My golden Saint can act as sort of a buffer here. Okay, move back. And we pulled it off. A silver dagger. Aren't vampires sort of affected by silvery weapons? At least silver bullets, right? Why did you have a weapon that might kill you? There's a steel spear and an iron longsword, neither of which is particularly interesting, but there is a scroll of restoration, which seems to restore everything. Ah, fatigue, magicka, health, all. Yeah, I will take that. That's a scroll that actually does restoration, which is interesting because I don't remember seeing restoration scrolls. And there seems to be other stuff here too. So there's a quality potion of paralyze. Also, I didn't remember to take the vampire dust off of you. And that's it. There's some grab me's, but that doesn't really interest me too much. So this was a surprisingly tough little ancestral tomb. It was definitely tougher than the ones I've been in previously, and this is apparently a shrine of Saint Veloth. Do I want to donate to a shrine that is being worshipped by vampires? Can't be that bad. Veloth's indwelling Almsivi restoration. I mean, I could use some restoration. I don't know what the indwelling does. I don't actually. This is the thing. I don't remember my Elder Scrolls mysticism enough, so I don't actually remember what Veloth does. Actually, going to take a look, just to make sure I know which god being I'm thinking about here. Veloth's indwelling. I just want to make sure that I'm not doing a stupid thing like turning myself into a vampire. 45 magicka for 48 minutes. Ah, sure. I'm going to take you out on CV restoration. It's not exactly worth 35, but sure. I decided to pick it, so, you know. So it doesn't turn me into a vampire, that's as much as it does. Well, it's basically only 45 magicka, so it doesn't turn me into a vampire, doesn't do anything nasty like that. Now, we need to figure out how to work with you here. So this person stopped following me. Boots of blinding speed. So apparently you won't follow me now, which is worrying, but I might be able to issue a console command to make her follow. Open MW console commands. Because I think there were a fair bit of console commands for like before the AI was properly properly implemented. They had various things that allow you to modify AI behavior, like tell people to follow you. So OpenMW console make AI follow. Okay, I sorted it out. So I had to basically tell this AI that it needs to follow me, so now it actually does. So basically our trip towards Narmak can now continue. Hopefully the game realizes that we are actually doing the quest and going to Narmak, and that this person actually decides that, hey, now it's time to end this quest. If not, we're just going to end up having to, you know, kill this person. So yeah, let's just keep going towards north, where Narmak is, and I mean Margon. That's the place, right? We're going to. Where are we actually going? Narmak. Where the hell is Narmak? I just realized that that's Margon. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Narmak. Where the hell is Narmak? I just realized that, hey, we're actually not going to Margon, we're going to Narmak. So, but I think we might be able to take a Silt Strider from Aldrune to Narmak, shouldn't we? So, I think we're going to do that. Also, it's getting really windy here. We have like nice, and this is kind of the, like, instead of normal storms like rain and stuff, you get this when you're in the sort of the. Do we have to do this? Can't we just live in peace? Yeah, just focus on me. Nasty thing. Annoying wild guars.